Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to you who have joined us online tonight, and thank you for being loyal to our community. So welcome to our Shabbat ruchani, a musical Shabbat, where we will just go through some of the songs of the Erev Shabbat service, and we will sing and spend some time reflecting. And the first thing we're going to sing is a prayer for healing. And I would like to spend a few moments for us to think about what healing is. Well, what do we need healing from? Why do we need healing? Restoration.
It's a big question.
It's a big question, and we say, I want to feel better, but we never really understand why we say when we say that.
Yeah.
We want to heal, the body. We want to have.
We feel young and vibrant,
Oh.
and have energy,
Oh.
and always jump out of bed and feel.
Yes, doesn't last long.
It's not just physical, but like emotional.
Emotional.
You're breathing, or
Yes.
if you have like emotional depression, anxiety,
Mhm.
anything like that.
Yeah.
Can you express it or something?
I mean, it's all connected. The notion of healing it's all about finding shalom inside us, finding completion, a sense of, I'm in the right place now. So tonight is the 27th anniversary since the death of the assassination of Yitzhak Rabin in Kingston 27 years ago. Yitzhak Rabin was murdered by a guy who belonged to this kind of political group that is now entering the Knesset in Jerusalem, which is really, really worrying. So I think we need also some healing there, because when you bring these kind of people in power, we need to brace understand. So it's on the sheets. The first. Yeah, absolutely we do. Anna and the father is the prayer that Moses said to God when his sister Miriam. We've got some other. Miriam was ill. Moses prayed for his sister, even though Miriam said life is wrong. Healing doesn't come from outside. Healing can also come from us. Please come in.
Sorry.
Do you have you can go and sit over there. Can you do that? So, invoking the angels, I don't know if you remember last month, we talked about these angels that are everywhere around us and we don't see them because we have somehow emptied the sky by being very rationalist. And we don't want to see this, but the early liberal rabbis said, no, we don't want to invoke the angels anymore, we just, we are rational beings, and we don't want that. And there was such a big pressure from the communities to reinstate this shalom aleichem and to bring it back into the service that they had to follow the wishes of their communities. So page 77, 6. Shalom Aleichem Malatei Hasharet.
Amen.
friends from Salisbury, Ilana and the ganze Mishpache from Salisbury, having a nice healing time with the warmth of challah and curry. Yeah, food is a very good way to find healing. Sarah Alston is here, Shabbat Shalom. Michelle, Sibyl, Sandra, Shabbat Shalom to you, and Helen as well, Shabbat Shalom. And Karen, are you still in Poland? I thought she was going to Poland. I don't know if you're still there. If you're in Poland, so have a nice trip. Now it's time to light the Shabbat candles. Can I ask you, Robin, to light the candles? You can use any prayer you want. I mean, apart from the blessing, of course. Oh, hello. Hello, yes. So maybe we can extend. It's always good to extend the sermon.
Shalom, sound of the light. These lights we kindle are a symbol of joy. May their brightness lift our spirits and fill our hearts with happiness and peace.
Oh, yes, you hear me, it's all right. Good. Amen. So the next verse we're going to meditate on is from Psalm 96. Shemul Adonai Shechadash. Sing to the Eternal a new song, sing to the Eternal all the earth. Sing to the Eternal, bless God's name, proclaim God's salvation day by day. This is what we do on Shabbat. We sing as an expression of our joy to be together in this very moment. Shemul Adonai, Shechadash, Shemul Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shemul Adonai, Shechadash, Shemul The next one is a few verses down with this song. Ya'alo Sadai v'chol asher bo, let the field be glad and all within it, or let all the trees of the forest sing out at the presence of the Creator. Because Shabbat is the remembrance of creation. It's the most important of all Jewish festivals, more than Yom Kippur. Even though people come only on Yom Kippur, hoping to make up for the 51 other Shabbat that come. still, building on this theme of shouting for joy, of singing from Psalm 98. So that's a song that we actually started to use pre-COVID, so BC, before COVID. And we haven't had a chance to take it back. And it's a very lovely one, lively one, kind of a Sephardi sound to it. Alridu l'Adonai kol ha'aretz, shout for joy to the eternal one, all the earth. Break forth, sing loud, sing praise with your harp on the sound of melody.
I'm not sure I can remember.
we have a feel of our ancestors in Andalusia in the Middle Ages singing this on Kabbalat Shabbat. You can imagine that in this very warm and nice place in the world. Now, probably one of my favorite, they're all my favorite, but this one, I love it because it's really a call, to wake up, to call to God. So Moses and Aaron were among God's priests, and Samuel among those who call on God's name, they called to be eternal who answered back. So if you want an answer, you have to be heard. So please join in and let's sing this together. long week of toys and work and annoyance to sing together. Annoyances I should actually use the plural form. So, Psalm 92, which is the song for Shabbat on page 91, no, 89, sorry, 89.
This is a bit low.
Oh, is it? Let's go. Oh, gosh. Perfect, thank Do we have a spare service sheet somewhere? Thank you. Lecha B'Din, page 91, which remind us it's a very recent addition to the liturgy because it's only the 16th century, but recent Jewish term, of course.
Does anybody need a transliteration? Because we've got some books
Oh, yes, of
outside
course.
with the. Would anybody like to sing with a transliteration?
Now it's your jacket. Your jacket is a microphone. It's a very sensitive person. Now it's good. So it's a waltz. So in Jerusalem, the community that created all this music, where you had 100 people actually coming together. Some people stand and waltz. If you want to waltz, you can do it. It's absolutely not British at all. Of course. I can't imagine that.
If I could waltz, I would.
I don't know that.
I'm over there.
If you want to waltz, it's a
Yes, the security's out there.
Oh, brilliant.
I think it's fine.
Kadodi, it's 80.
Oh, hello. Shabbat shalom, Michael.
Anybody else want to?
We can
Page
share.
80.
Shabbat mekabel, lekadodi lekakala. It's about the creation, because as I said earlier, Shabbat is when we remember the creation, and of course it's a blessing that takes all this importance now when we see how our weather is changing, and we won't really know what are we doing. So let's read it together. We praise you, eternal one, our God, sovereign of the universe, whose word brings our being, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and whose will set the stars and their courses in the sky. We make day and night, rolling light away from darkness, and darkness from light. We make day pass and overnight, and separate day from night. You rule the hosts of heaven. We praise you, God, whose word makes me beautiful. Vince Daly from Finch Progressive. You know that they have a monthly regular Shabbat recital. He wrote specifically this music for this Shabbat recital. It's a very nice melody. So we stand in page 94. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. So tonight we're going to read the Shema in English, just to remind ourselves of the meaning of the words. You shall love the eternal one you love with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Let these words which I command you this day be always in your heart. Teach them diligently to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be like frontlets between your eyes. Inspire them with the doorposts of your heart. And Leman tiskeu, vasitem con mitzvotai, yetem kedoshim Elohechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem be'eretz Mitzrayim, liyot lachem Elohim. Adonai Elohechem. Please be seated. And we read together. All these behold which you are sure, you alone, eternal one, are our God, and we are Israel's people. You have freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. When we witness your power, we praise your name and give thanks. Willingly we accepted your will, then full of joy, we sang together. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Israel. We praise you, O God, the Redeemer of Israel. Let's read together the next blessing. Grant, eternal God, that we may lie down in peace, and let us rise up to life renewed. Spread abroad the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your wise counsel, and for your name's sake, hear our help. Shield us from sickness and war, from famine and distress, and keep us from wandering. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and deliverer, a gracious and merciful God. Guard our going out and our coming in, both now and always, in both life and peace. We praise you, O God. May your shelter and peace be summoned us to all the world. Now for the Amidah, I will circulate, if I can find it. So that's an Amidah called Magen Avot V'Ima'ot. So can we pass this on with this? Thank you. Do we have the rest of mine, or should we just do that now? Thank you. Okay, we stand. my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, V'Avotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Lea, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, קונה שמיים וארץ, מגן אבות ואימהות ואימהות, מחיה הכל במאמרו, האל הקדוש אין כמוהו, המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו, כי בם רצה להניח להם, לפניו לעבוד לעירה והבטחה, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד, מעול הברכות אל ההודעות, אדון השלום, מקדש השבת, ומברך שביעי, ומניע בקדושה לעם מדושני עונג, זכר מעשה בראשית. Blessed are you, eternal our God and God of those who came before us, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah. Great, mighty, and revered God, God of saints, maker of heaven and earth. With the word you shielded our ancestors, with the phrase you give all things life. Sacred God beyond compare, who took joy in providing rest for your people on your holy Shabbat day. We will serve you reverently, acknowledging on each and every day forever just who you are, the one to whom blessing goes, the one to whom thanksgiving is due, source of peace, who recalls the time of creation by sanctifying Shabbat, blessing the seventh day, and in holiness, granting rest to the people of the flying joy. Please be seated. And the last blessing of Yamidah is the blessing of Shalom, the blessing of peace, and we are going to see now Ose Shalom, which is in your prayer books. So it's a very lively one to keep you awake for the next part, which is not really about Torah, it's a kind of discussion, so I want you to be there. So just wait for the page again. I should know all the pages by heart now.
100, yeah.
100, thank you.
No, not for you.
That's for you. Yes, so it's actually 102. It's not that far.
Sorry, what number is it for the rest of us?
102.
102.
100, that's it.
The rest of us. Not just what we need.
We'll start gently, but it might be one.
Yes. Ose Shalom Imam, Ose Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael, Ve'akol B'nei Adam, Ve'inu, Amen. music on Shabbat. Thank you. I think we have a very nice program for all of us. So, we pass this around. A bit of Torah study, of course, because this is what we're supposed to do every day, and even more so on Shabbat. Every day, yes. We should study Torah every day. Parashat Lech Lecha. Lech Lecha, which is the third parasha of the book of Genesis. And I'm going to read the Hebrew. There's some more going along this way. It's just the 3 verses of this parasha. And remember, there have got lots of paper floating along, sorry. Vayomer Adonai el Avram, and God said to Avram, Avram is not Abraham yet, it's only later, in Genesis 17. Lech Lecha, go, and here we have a big question, because Lecha is not necessary in the text. We don't need in Hebrew Lecha. We don't need Lech. You know, the imperative in Hebrew is really funny because it's very short. It's 1 syllable. So when you go to Israel, sometimes they feel a bit rude to you. Lech Zuz. So, but it's actually the. Sorry?
Get lost.
Yeah.
I always think Lech Lecha is on your bike.
Yes, it's a nice rush, yeah. So, yeah, Lecha, I'm going to talk a bit later about that, because I think, keep this in mind, Lecha is not necessary. Lecha in Hebrew means to you, towards you, going to you. And by the way, this is my most favorite portion, this most favorite verse, and I'll maybe explain a bit later why, in the entire Torah. Now, I was thinking today, as I was preparing last time with Rabbi René talked about the most favorite passage in the Torah. So we all have this kind of verse, yes, really say something. Lech lecha me'artzecha, from your land, mi moladetecha, from the place where you were born, mi beit avicha, and from the house of your father, el ha'aretz asher acheka, to the land that I will show you. Ve'esecha legoy gadol, and I'll make you a great nation. Ve'avarecha ve'agadela shemecha, and I will bless you and make your name great. Oh, I don't like make something great because it's like maga, but you know, make your name great. Ve'yeh baracha, and you shall be a blessing. You can believe what God says to you, you shall be a blessing. Va'avarecha mevarecha, anyone who blesses you, I shall bless him. Umekalelecha aor, and the one who curses you, I shall curse him. V'nivrechu v'cha kol mishpechot ha'adama, and all the families of the earth shall be blessed in you, by you, through you. So, I brought a few commentaries. On the first verse first, go forth, lecha. Rashi is the medieval commentators, he died early in the 11th century. Go forth, literally go for yourself. Interesting. Go for yourself. For your own benefit, for your own good. There I will make you a great nation, whilst here, where you are now, you will not merit the privilege of having children. So that comes from, we've got the sources where Rashi took all this his explanation. So from Tractate Rosh Hashanah, page 16b in the Talmud. Furthermore, I shall make known your character throughout the world, and that comes from Yerash. So that's Rashi. Baal HaTurim was an Ashkenazi rabbi, a German rabbi who died in the 14th century. Go yourself a hint. When you will be 100 years old, that's not good, it's not good. When you are 100 years old, and then he's playing with gematria. Have you heard this word gematria? Using the Hebrew letters and the numerical value to make something Lamed is 30, Kaf is 20. Sorry, Lamed, Kaf, 30, 20, 50, and it's repeated Lech, Lecha, 100. When you have a son, because Isaac was born when Abraham was 100 years old. So it's very clever. Right? Imagine can be sometimes, whoa, that's like, there is one which I really like, Yesod, which means secret.
And Abraham will be 100 years old when Isaac is born.
Yes. Yeah, and Rebecca, Rebecca was 90 years old.
Sarah.
Yes, I hope he's always matriarch. Sarah was 100 years old when she was pregnant. This is why she laughed. You remember the story? The angel came and they said, yeah, I said, come on, I'm going through something, I can't have a child anymore. And she laughs and said, you laugh, you name.
Fireworks.
Of course it's like 4 nights. Tomorrow. Okay, sorry, let's start early. Yes, so the man said, you laugh, so you do something because it's like Michel. So now I love this verse very much, but I'm not here to tell you why I love it. I'm here to hear what you make of it. Why do you think Lecha has been added? Remember, there is not a single word, redundant word in Torah. Everything has meaning. Lech Lecha, to you. And remember, grammatically speaking, we don't know it. So how do you understand that? Why do you think? Because it's very geographical, from your land to another land. And Rashi says, where you are now, you can't become a great nation, but where you are going, you become a great nation. So what's this journey about? So when you hear this code, some of us have done it, uprooting ourselves, leaving our home country, to move to a different country, to change our life. Some people are nodding here. Because somehow we felt, I need to go somewhere else. Time to leave, to find myself.
It's not necessarily just about moving country, that could be a much smaller but bigger thing.
Absolutely.
Something.
It's like, when you go towards yourself, when you become yourself, and that's what life is about, when you say, this is who I am, I'm going towards myself because I'm somehow coming out as a human being I am. So this is exactly what this letter is about. So any other thoughts?
Find your destiny.
And look what Baal HaTurim says. There's a hint here because what happens? He goes 100 years old and then starts the next chapter of the Jewish story, because Lecher has the beginning of the Jewish story. Without going there, Isaac would not have been born, and this would have been the end of the story. So, and even when you're 100 years old, it's never too late. And I think it's a very nice message. I really relate to what you said earlier about the energy of the youth. Like, oh yeah, I will do this and do that, etc. It doesn't last long. But even we need to live with our limitations and to do what we can. But it's never too late. It's never too late. Yeah, Vince, want to say something?
I wanted an explanation from you as to whether Lachar can be any part of the conjugation of the verb.
So, lalechet, to go to. It's like I'm going to. The lamed is the equivalent of the to in English.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there any possibility that, as well as being able to read it as to yourself, it's possible to read it as another aspect of the verb?
Because it's not African. You know, but I don't think there's any.
I don't think it's possible. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So I would-
I don't think it's possible.
If so, it reminds me of, I think I'm right to say that it's not unusual in Hebrew to repeat a verb if you just want to stress that it's very important.
But then you have the infinitive first,
Okay.
and then you have the conjugated form.
Okay.
So very often we have this to really emphasize or enforce an idea. But here it's a big, and often it's very at the beginning of the verse as well.
Then it's a mystery.
Or a hint. So what do you make of this verse? What do you make of this journey that Abraham is starting here?
I tell you what, here's a very, very far-fetched interpretation of Lachar. It goes like this. It's some response as well to what she talked about last week about Noah. You remember Noah had a grandson called Canaan, and they became estranged, one from the other.
Yeah.
Abraham became estranged from Canaan, and Sandra put the question, why isn't Abraham in the list of
Rise of
patriarchs?
Noah. There's a rise of Noah.
Sorry, why isn't Noah in the list of patriarchs?
Yes.
The one possible answer is that because it's not until you get to Abraham that the search to refine Canaan begins. And so going to yourself is going to that part of your tribe that was previously by Noah discarded. So the journey to Canaan can also be read as a coming together.
I really love it. It's really, I mean, it's really good. Yes, yes, yeah, I like it. Yes, yeah, really good. Yeah. Yeah, I can't find exactly the words. It's like recentering, refocusing, finding the center again.
Well, it's either, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's healing. Yes, absolutely.
I was thinking sometimes you have to, where your homeland is, maybe and you have to leave so that you can blossom.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, sometimes you don't have another choice. You have to go somewhere else because the place where you're living is too constraining and
Okay, well,
you can't grow. Yes, yes, absolutely. But it's fascinating. I mean, if we are able to listen to this call and just to go towards ourselves at any time in our lives, it's great. There's a price to pay.
But I remember somebody telling me about the sea snow, about the snail having to move out of the small shell, being restricted, and that scuttle along the seabed to find its bigger shell to move into, where it could grow, but that was a vulnerable time
Yes,
where it was exposed and naked, and yeah, and I always remember that. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I love it. Yeah, because it's a journey that is very exciting, but also word exhilarating.
It's scary.
But it's really scary because we put ourselves in a position of vulnerability.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this is, if you don't put yourself in this position, you can't grow, I think.
Or you can stay in your small shell and be suffocated.
And then you don't grow.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a kind of, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, what do you make of Rashi's commentaries on you shall be a blessing, ve'eh bracha. So Rashi says, blessings are entrusted to you. Hitherto they were in my power, I blessed Adam and Noah, but now you shall bless whomever you wish. Why suddenly Abraham is allowed to bless? What has changed?
He's not Abraham anymore, is he? So what's the significance of that extra age?
Okay, so Abraham, so Abraham changed his name after circumcision. So it's kind of also like a progressive, it's not coming of age because it's too old for that, but coming to himself, becoming himself.
So I think this is, maybe Rashi is thinking of Abraham as the first of the patriarchs that can then bless his children, and then the next, like everybody blesses their children.
He's the start of something,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's really, this parasha is really the beginning of the Jewish story. It's really the start of until now we have all these questions that are universal. You've got the question of good and evil, you have the question of murder, you have the first murder, you have the question of lots of questions. And from now on, it's very much focused on one tribe, family, very dysfunctional. But not for that.
I'd like to say that blessing should not be read just as good wishes. It can actually be a tangible gift, like the passing on of land to select his son. So, well, Abraham is the start of the dynasty. So, blessing is what he passes on.
What he passes on, yes, yeah.
It can also be this idea usually of blessing that I always read that, and I just think that reminds us that we should be as well. That's the whole duty of being Jewish, is to try to bring blessing to the world, not be awful and nasty. Some people we can think of, but try to build it, try to make it better, try to heal it.
Yes, but yeah,
Wherever we
again,
are.
healing, huh?
Wherever we are,
Yes.
whatever we're doing,
Yeah,
there's always
absolutely.
those opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's as if, now humankind was mature enough to be able to care about each other and to bring something to the others. Right, thank you. Thank you for all your insights. It was very
There's a
interesting.
few comments online, René.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, do you want me to read them, or have you got them?
So I'm just trying to go up. So it starts
Sarah's
with
got some very interesting.
Ilana, is Lepecha metaphorically one's journey as well? Yes. Short answer is absolutely yes. Yeah. Lepecha, when you go toward yourself, you are on your own journey. The journey to a different place that is home is a difficult concept, but it is a journey where we're all making through life, says Sarah Olston. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So for Sarah, it was also important for her, this passage when her mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer, this passage gave her huge confidence. So, see, you just raised a point of inclusivity when one is distant and away for whatever reason, and we reach out to them to help them with their journey. But I guess it's probably the notion of you should be a blessing. When you help someone in their journey, you are a blessing to them. So I would say, salut Myriam. Sorry, she's family that are watching. Right. Okay, thank you. I think we can now conclude our service, and we're going to say the Kaddish now. And so I have So may I ask you to stand, please? So as I said earlier, today is the 27th anniversary of the murder of Yitzhak Rabin in Jerusalem, in Tel Aviv. Denise Passow, the mother of Dominic Scholtes, passed away on Wednesday afternoon. And Wednesday evening, Jamie Zadeh, whom you probably know as well, passed away. Yeah.
I mentioned my first Bible secretary in Schmalzweiler, who also died on this day.
Okay.
55.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so and on this Shabbat we remember Dorothy Nyman, grandmother of Rebecca Zingernight, and mother-in-law of David Zingerman. We remember May Noad, the mother of Elsa Actonbond, and we remember Toraya Zadeh, the mother of Jamie Zadeh, who actually they died on the same day.
I have my father, who starts as coming up this week, Byron Darley.
Byron Darley. Okay. Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
My cousin Ingrid Cohen this week.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so we say the Kaddish together on page 525. No, 4. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברר וישתבר ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה על שמי לקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום, עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל בני אדם, ואמרו אמן. Vince, do you have a final song for us? Brilliant. It's very easy. Maya Ferrayom. How beautiful is this day? Maya Ferrayom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May God's light accompany you all the days of your life, from now and in the week to come. And to say, Amen. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to you who joined us online tonight, and thank you.
Okay.